Hey guys, I'm Daniel and welcome to this easy eVisa guide for Japan. If you hold a passport that requires a visa to enter Japan, you've come to the right place. If your planned trip is less than 15 days, best option is to get it through the eVisa route. I'm gonna put a link to the website of the Japanese Ministry of Tourism, I think, for easy access for you, because the eVisa link is not in their main website, in their consulate website. It's on a separate website. For me, I hold a Philippine passport. The eVisa route is the best route to go because it's quick. There is no waiting time, or you're not dependent on the next available appointment slot. Initially, I didn't know that this eVisa route existed, so I just went to the website, the consulate website here in New York. Initially, my sister, who I'm going on a trip with, was like, okay, don't forget to apply for your visa. Don't do it too early because the visa is gonna expire within like 2 months from application or something, or from issuance of the visa. So I thought, okay, I'm not gonna apply too early. Long story short, I am 2 months to my trip. Oh my god, the next available appointment, walk-in appointment, is 1 month from the day I was logging in to the website. And I was like, oh my god, that's gonna give me 1 month before my trip. And I was panicking, I was anxious, but I had no choice. So I did that. I booked an appointment, which was 1 month away. I don't know, something in me must have heard about an e-visa option. So I googled it and it says, yes, there is an e-visa option. And the good news is you are eligible for the e-visa if you are a resident of the following countries, which I'm going to put a list on the screen somewhere, so just pause it. I'm a permanent resident of the United States, so I qualify for the e-visa application. Apply for any time, literally the entire process. If you have all your documents in soft copy on hand, you can finish the entire process in less than 30 minutes. Only thing that I was worried about is picture of yourself, because they're like, okay, you need a picture of your current self, how you look, with these specifications. And I'm like, oh my god, do I have to take my... Like, I have everything ready. I can download the bank statement online. I can just take a picture of my ID with my address on it, proof of address. My only issue really, and of course everything's electronic. I have my electronic itinerary for my airplane, airfare. The only obstacle I had was to take a picture of myself, a current picture of myself, which they say it has to be within 6 months. And the thing is, I could have used an old picture from before because I think I look the same. However, I did dye my hair. So if I end up at the airport in immigration and they see on the e-visa that my supposed to be 6 months current picture doesn't have any hair coloring, then that's a big problem. So initially, I didn't know that I had the e-visa option, so I literally googled, is a photo booth still a thing? Is a photo studio still a thing? Especially here in New York at this day and age. And yes, there was. So I did. I had my photo taken, paid like $20+ for a headshot, a basic headshot, with 2 physical small copies and a digital copy. But then I still didn't feel at ease because I'm like, oh my god, my appointment is 1 month away from my trip to Japan. And although it says on the website that the processing takes 7 working days, you'll never know. And it does say on the website too, it gives a disclaimer that due to summer high demand, there will be delays in processing of the visa. So I was like really worried. So I took my picture taken, but then I also googled about the e-visa process, which there was. I immediately opened an account, logged in, and started like on the spot, like right away that night, I was putting in information. This was 1 week before, of course, fast forward. This is like 1 week before my physical appointment. I just tried it because I felt that if there had to be anticipating delays, I might as well start the process of my application now than 1 week later. I filled everything up. I had all my requirements except for a current picture. And back then, I did not have my photo taken yet. So what did I do? I literally rolled the dice. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure they're not that strict with the quality of the picture or how professional the picture is taken. Because based on my experience when I was in London and when I was renewing my visa, I went to a studio. The quality of the picture was just so basic that I was like, okay, so I guess they're not that serious then, as long as your face is clear. So I looked for a selfie that I took of myself on my iPhone, and then I used the feature on the iPhone, the new feature, where if you just touch on the face, it would highlight and crop the entire face as a sticker. And I opened up Canvas, which maybe I'll insert how I did it here. And then, so I looked for a selfie of my face with my hair color, touched the picture, it highlighted my silhouette and cropped my image, and I stuck that onto a Canva with white background, which I'm gonna show, and I used that picture for my application for the eVisa, and I was really worried that they would find out that this was just like a basic do-it-yourself cropped up picture, but they did accept it. So that's what you can do, okay? You can, although don't take my word for it, but that's how I did it, and they accepted it. If you have an iPhone, click, hold, highlight, automatic crop, and then paste it on a white canvas, and then use that as your uploaded picture for your visa application. And that was it. How long did the process take when I applied for it? So I canceled my physical appointment. It just took under 13 days, including the weekends. But when they say 7 days, that's 7 working days. So it's still not too bad. Another thing, when I finally heard from them, the only issue that they needed more information, well, 2 issues, was because I submitted a copy of my flight from Cebu, Philippines to Tokyo, Japan. I'm living in New York and I'll be flying to the Philippines. I did not submit to them my itinerary for my flights from New York to the Philippines, which they asked for. So for you, remember to include all of your flights that would lead to your ultimate flight to Japan. So for example, if you're not flying directly to Japan, like you have other stopovers, you have to include those flight itineraries in your application so that there's no delays. Number 2 is they wanted a detailed itinerary. I was like, initially I just wrote there Tokyo, Japan, because that's where we are for 5 days. And they said that it's not enough to just write a city. They want information on your activities, and they send you this form like address, name of place, contact information, which I was already panicking. We didn't really have, my family and I didn't really have a solid itinerary for the trip. So what I did was I used ChatGPT. I prompted ChatGPT to make me a 5-day itinerary, and I used that. I wrote it down, of course, physically on the form and took a picture of it, and yep, it worked out. So that's how I did it, how I got my eVisa. Also to remember that for the eVisa, it's literally electronic. When you arrive at the airport or when you go through customs and they require you to see, your visa to enter Japan, you have to have your mobile phone access to the internet, to the Japanese ministry website to open your account and to click to show the eVisa. You cannot use a screenshot. Some airports might not be familiar with the eVisa process, so just be patient with them. They usually, which is what happened to me in the Philippines. They were like, this lady at the check-in counter wasn't too sure. She had to check with her manager. I was a bit worried at first, but it all checked out and it worked out. So go for the eVisa pathway. You can apply anytime, and it's never, in my opinion, it's never too early to apply, just to, so that you don't be too worried. And also that, the eVisa, it's for a trip that's less than 15 days. So if you think you're going to be there longer for 15 days, or you think you want multiple entry, then you're going to have to apply for a visa through the usual route, which is through the consulate. The eVisa is just for single entry and trips that's less than 15 days. Alright, so I'm gonna put more information down below. If you think this is helpful for someone, please share this video, and don't forget, if you like the vibe, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.